The second session of mass vaccination, which for 3 days sought to immunize against COVID-19 the inhabitants of the Archipelago Department, ended this afternoon. The departmental authorities delivered an overview.
With the goal of vaccinating 8,000 people per day, the departmental government sought to achieve herd immunity through the second round of mass vaccination, which sought to apply 33,000 doses of Sinovac Biological. The head of the health department gave statement at the close of the session.
El balance es de un éxito rotundo en esta segunda jornada.
The results are a resounding success in the second session, thanks to the participation of Sanitas, EPS, and Nueva EPS, and all the collaborators who were in the first and second sessions. We have applied more than 70,000 doses between the first and second doses, and this will lead us to achieve that collective immunity, that herd immunity that we are looking for as a department.
The head of the health portfolio indicated that the archipelago is on the way to becoming one of the biosecure islands of the Caribbean, specifying that although the massive session has already ended, tomorrow the vaccination of pregnant women will begin at the departmental Airse immunization points.
El día de mañana en todo el país, incluido San Andrés.
Tomorrow all over the country, including San Andres, we will begin the vaccination of pregnant women, infants and children from 12 to 17 years old with disabilities. Here in San Andres, we are planning very well the application of the vaccine in the company of 2 EPS and the other insurers of the special regime to make a very punctual schedule, very organized to take them to vaccinate with the departmental EPS.
In recent days, the governor of the department, Everett Hawkins, stated that once the massive vaccination session is over, the department will prepare for the reactivation of all economic sectors, such as the nightclubs, cinemas, and gastrobars.
In the last hours, the national government announced that the third dose of vaccine against COVID-19 could be applied in the country, but not to all population groups.
When asked whether a third or an additional dose of COVID-19 vaccines will be implemented in the country, Health Minister Fernando Ruiz Gomez said that is a decision that is still under study and is continually analyzed by the vaccine advisory team, which is reviewing the evidence of this possibility.
Last night, we were reviewing the evidence in that regard. It is a very uncertain issue. There is still no evidence, and the World Health Organization itself has specified there is no complete evidence on the loss of immunity that occurs with vaccination.
However, the minister stated that it is necessary to foresee the possibility that the immunity generated might decline, so that a third or a booster dose will be necessary. In case it is considered, in this sense, what is yet to be defined is what type of vaccine and to which population group this booster should be applied, taking into account that there are studies that show how probability of reduction of protection in the immunity generated is greater, for example, in the population over 90 years of age.
The departmental government signed the contract to establish the new IDEAMS campus in the Archipelago Department.
The departmental government signed today the agreement between the government and the IDEAMS to start the new campus of the Institute of Hydrology, Meteorology, and Environmental Studies, which will be located in the sector of Shingle Hill behind the departmental archive. The director of the entity, Yolanda Gonzalez, indicated the importance that we'll have the Regional Center for Forecasting and Monitoring Hurricanes on the island.
So that we have a space in the upper area of the island where we can be operating the Regional Center for Hurricane Forecasting and Monitoring, not only for the Department of San Andres or Providence and Ketlina, but it will also allow us to have meteorologists there monitoring the Colombian Caribbean, this regional center, which is in a projection that today begins with the lease that you have given us. Having this contract gives us the possibility of having a monitoring office where the community can consult with the meteorologist.
The governor of the island pointed out that this regional center for forecasting and monitoring hurricanes will establish early warnings for the department.
este lote y este comodato que vamos a firmar.
This lot and this contract that we are going to sign will significantly help us a lot because we need to have early warnings. We need to have timely information so that in this crisis room we are taking with the general risk system and others regarding hurricanes, we can make all the decisions regarding hurricanes, tropical storms, especially hurricanes in any of their categories, together with the IDEAMS.
The new IDEAMS campus will work for the detection and early warning of natural phenomenon.
And seeking to generate citizen coexistence, the National Police, in articulation with the Government Secretariat, are carrying out a situational command at this time in the Santa Ana neighborhood.
Nos encontramos aquí en el barrio Santana, realizando un comando situacional.
We are in Santa Ana conducting a situational command due to the intolerance events that occurred weeks ago where a homicide and 3 injuries with firearms were caused.
For his part, the Secretary of Government of the Islands spoke about the support provided by his office to the National Police.
Desde la Secretaría de Gobierno vamos a reactivar.
From the Government Secretary's office, the Coexistent Managers Program, which is supporting the community with workshops, lectures, training, and other activities to maintain citizens' coexistence.
Community inspections and background checks were also conducted in the sector in order to reduce violent acts. The same activity has been developed in other high-impact sectors. It is worth mentioning that the Ocre was also present at the activity.
A workshop for audiovisual lovers will be held in the islands in August. Here are the requirements to participate in the workshop.
Regional stories is aimed at agents of the audiovisual ecosystem born or residing in the archipelago who want to strengthen their skills to make audiovisual projects.
Tengo Una Película workshops are an initiative that for 7 years has visited 27 departments of the country and has had the participation of more than 3,000 people and local partners such as festivals, academic institutions, and departmental councils of cinematography.
The audiovisual director also explained who are the allies for the realization of the workshop.
The Regional Stories of San Andres workshop will be held in alliance with Pro Imágenes Colombia and the Audiovisual, Film and Interactive Media Department of the Ministry of Culture, in coordination with the Territory Indiano Project, which supports training actions and networking for ethnic, participatory, and inclusive community communication processes.
The call will close this July 30th. Those interested can enter the website www.proimagenescolombia.com/Tengo Una Película, and those selected will be notified on August 2nd. The workshop will begin on August 7th.
And we continue with excellent news from Panama City. A memorandum of understanding was signed this afternoon between the state radio and television system in Panama and Teleislas regional channel. This act seeks the exchange of audiovisual contents.
This strategic alliance had from the outset to promote mutual cooperation between both parties and thus strengthen bilateral exchange of television content. The television agreement includes the acquisition and exchange of content for television and digital platforms with cultural, educational, informative, and didactic topics, as well as films and documentaries. From Panama, the manager of Teleislas regional channel spoke about it.
We have just signed with sertv an agreement of understanding in which we will exchange content, but also technologies and training between the two channels for their personnel and growth in production and in different components such as social and technological networks for the benefit of Teleislas and sertv.
At the event, the manager of sertv spoke about one of the first projects to be developed between the entities.
This movie is going to be developed partly in San Andres and partly in Panama with high-end producers and technical staff from both channels and protagonists from both countries.
The agreement also included the exchange of technical and professional know-how through lectures and workshops, transfer of state-of-the-art technology of the production of television programs and virtual networks.
Teleislas News visited the property where several members of the Henry Gordon brothers' family live, who are asking for at least one of the houses to be completely finished so that they can take shelter.
Loyola has taken the lead voice for the Henry Gordon brothers, 5 families who are asking for at least one of their homes to be completed so they can take shelter during this rainy season.
In every yard, they have at least one house we fix. When you get to our yard, it's 5 families living here and not even one house. They have about more than 3 months, then they go, they hold them broke out, they hold them having water, that produce a lot of mosquitoes.
According to the Riceal woman, the entities have been working on one of the houses for more than 5 months, but the tents or tent houses can no longer hold up.
When President come and gone back, the house not done. Again, they say it was done for the 15th of July, it not done. They said no for last month, again they say no one done. No, then they say after summer in August. We want some good for live to like everybody else. In every yard, you can notice even one house. We ask them, build even one house. That's all we can live in like somebody and sleep like people. We tired of this. If breeze no understand, say, a carpa we the live in.
The wake-up call is also for the community.
Plenty people, they say, no, your time coming and this and that. It coming, yes. But then same one we get, never yet them say, yeah, they get wet for truth. Emo, bring a smart pin, them don't, enough we house can get a catch. Nobody no say that. Everybody will say, I know your time yet, I know your time.
The Riceal woman asked for help for her family and for those other families around the island who are going through a similar situation.
And Congresswoman Elizabeth J. Pang requested the President of the Human Rights Commission to hold a joint session in Bogota about the situation of the fishermen in Old Providence.
A joint session between the Human Rights Commission and the actors of the dialogue table installed by the AUNAP is being requested by the Congresswoman Elizabeth J. Pan to discuss the situation of the fishermen in Old Providence.
It seeks to recognize the actions that we have already been dealing with at the dialogue table with the community and to follow up on the actions that can be achieved from this moment on. The actions with the community cannot be lost. They must continue to be strengthened based on the proposals that they themselves formulate to each one of the institutions that have to do with the reconstruction of Old Providence and the economic reactivation.
Ministries such as Interior, Housing and Agriculture would also be invited to the session. On the other hand, yesterday the Director of Hydrocarbons in the Ministry of Mines and Energy, the Director of Coralina and a representative of the Ministry of Interior met with the Fisherman Federation to listen to their requests concerning the fuel subsidy for artisanal fishermen. During the meeting, they discussed the feasibility control and monitoring of this subsidy. Negotiations will continue mid-August.
A new contest where we can see the skills and talents of our children is about to start on our regional channel Teleislas. We'll give you relevant information for you to participate.
The Children's Talent Show is an initiative of the Teleislas regional channel for the children of Colombia to show their talents through a walk, dance, singing or poetry recital. One of the organizers of the contest explained what it is all about.
They organize one talent competition for the children them, and we want to invite all the picnic from San Andres, Providence, and diaspora anywhere. Where uno de, we want uno to send uno video, a uno picnic, they dance, they recite poem, or they sing. The idea is we show everybody all the talent where we got. With the picnic got, everybody can enjoy, and everybody who participate will win something. So it's really important for everybody just send them video to the phone number where will appear on the screen.
Picnic, uno ready, uno ready, uno ready. With the help of our parents, uno send the video to the...
All children who sign up will receive prizes and can send their participation videos until July 30th to WhatsApp 301-288-8460.
Ciao.
An audiovisual product that shows the passage of time in the island since we became a biosphere reserve through a documentary that will be broadcasted here on our regional channel is the investment of several talents of the islands.
A documentary series full of music and nature will be broadcasted on the regional channel at the end of July. The producer of the audiovisual piece explained what it is about.
Airse Seaflower is a documentary series in 3 chapters. We want to try to show everybody what was happening in all these 20 years from when the archipelago was declared as a biosphere reserve. So we want to show what is the good things and the not so good things that all we can see what happening at the island around all these 20 years. We want to see it in a Teleislas regional channel this Friday and Saturday, 30 and 31st of July, 7:30 the night, and 1st of August, Sunday, from 7:30 the night.
A UNESCO authority from Paris and different actors of the racial community and authorities from the island participated in the series, which will have a lot of music and rhythm from the department.